Imagine dedicating your life to saving others, only to be shouted at, insulted, or even threatened by the very people you're trying to help. For many nurses, this isn't just a bad day. It's a reality they face more often than most people realize. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Everything Nursing Simplified. I'm Nurse Mamli O, and today we are diving into some of the most difficult and unforgettable experiences nurses have had with patients and their relatives. Nursing is about compassion, care, and sacrifice. But behind the scenes, many nurses carry heavy emotional scars of mistreatment, aggression, or even lack of respect. Stories like this are unfortunate, but not rare. There are moments. These moments test not only the professional skills of nurses, but also their emotional strength and safety. In this video, we'll uncover real-life situations that highlight the hidden struggles of nurses and why it's important to appreciate and protect them. Those who dedicate their lives to serve others. I will give about 5 scenarios just to elaborate what we are discussing today. These are not pleasant stories to hear, but are important. So let's begin. In scenario number 1, one nurse was trying to insert an IV line into a child when the father, who was frustrated by the child's cries, slapped her across the face, accusing her of being too slow. The nurse had to walk away in tears, while still expected to return and finish her shift professionally. But sadly, physical abuse is not the only abuse nurses endure. In scenario number 2, during a busy night shift, a nurse was rushing between emergency patients when a relative cornered her in the hallway, yelling insults and threats, claiming that she was ignoring their loved one. But in reality, the nurse had just finished stabilizing a very critical patient next door. And sometimes the pain doesn't end with the words. It goes much deeper. In the third scenario, a nurse is blamed for death. A patient passed away despite all effort by the medical team. Instead of grieving peacefully, the family turned their pain into rage, accusing the attending nurse of killing their loved one. She was shouted at, shoved, and left emotionally shattered. Other times, the abuse is quieter, but not less damaging. Yet again, on the fourth scenario, there are silent words. Not all abuse is loud. One nurse shared how a patient's relative spat on the floor every time she went into the room, muttering insults under their breath, day after day after day. She endured humiliation in silence because she still had to care for that very patient. And in some cases, the hostility escalates into outright threats. On the last and the fifth scenario that I was going to give today, even though there is more, there are physical threats with objects. In one shocking case, a patient actually picked up a chair and threatened to hit the nurse because his relatives had been told visiting time was over. Security had to be called in, but the nurse was left terrified to return to that bay again. These are just but a few of painful experiences nurses have faced. Behind the uniform and professional smiles are human beings who carry scars and mistreatment, yet still show up every day to save lives. Respecting and protecting nurses isn't optional. It's essential. If you value the work nurses do, and if you are a nurse who has experienced or witnessed this, let's spread awareness. Share this video and let the whole world know. Nurses deserve better. Join me in the comment sections below so that we can brainstorm these horrors nurses face when they are giving service. Again, meet me in my next video, which will be on supporting healthcare workers matters. Supporting healthcare workers matters. If you're interested in supporting healthcare workers, please watch my next video. Thank you for watching.